Saving America's Story. This was a 190-page white supremacist document put out by the White House. I want to read you some of this because this goes to what I've been telling you. This is about maintaining whiteness in our country. As this report shows, the museum, this is referring to the Natural History Museum, purposefully presents America as a problematic country, irredeemably conceived, founded by deeply flawed men, and still operating today as an instrument of systemic racism and oppression. In the museum's current telling, the country is above all defined by white supremacy, slavery, conquest, exclusion, hierarchy, racism, xenophobia, misogyny, and systemic injustice. It is. MAGA and Donald Trump's white trash base and his little Nazi Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, they don't want to hear American history. They want to see flags and bald eagles. This country was founded by racist white men that kidnapped black people. Why don't you talk about that, you lard ass? How many black people died coming over here on boats? 1.8 million, and they fed them to the damn bull sharks in the ocean. In fact, the bull sharks follow the slave trade. And when you design this country by racist founding fathers that own black people, they designed it that only 21-year-old landowning white men had rights. That black people were worth 3/5 of a person. Women couldn't vote till the 1900s. Black people couldn't vote till the 1960s. Black people weren't even citizens till the 1800s. So yeah, they're telling the actual history. You just don't like it because your brain is too stupid to comprehend that America has not been great for everybody. Anti-white activism. A framework that explicitly treats museums as engines for anti-oppression activism, frames objectivity, individualism, a sense of urgency, and worship of the written word as oppressive character traits of whiteness and white supremacy culture, and calls for institutional anti-white transformation rather than neutral stewardship. It reveals how Smithsonian and museum leadership have elevated individuals who view the current portrayal of American history as too white to positions of educational leadership. In addition to creating special Smithsonian-wide hiring practices and programming for every major demographic, including non-U.S. residents and non-English speakers, except whites, Christians, males, and Americans. This document is 190 pages. The word white is mentioned over 170 times. That's what this is about. The Smithsonian's leadership have constantly denigrated and displaced whites, males, Christians, and Americans in educational material and programming, failing to highlight how Christians and Christian principles have contributed to America's founding and flourishing. I'm sorry, you're going to tell me that this country that put black people on a ship that kidnapped them, that led to the death of 1.8 million, fed them to bull sharks, slavery, put black people in trees and murdered them while they went to church, tore out fetuses from black women, used black babies as alligator bait, said they were only worth 3/5 of a person, had no rights, burnt down Black Wall Street, Jim Crow, and then we gave smallpox blankets and basically murdered millions of Native Americans, kicked them off their land, broke our treaties with them. That's your version of a Christian nation? That's how this country was founded. It was founded on genocide, murder, cruelty, dishonesty, immorality. And you know who it was? It was white men. That's the actual history. And you dumbass white people don't want to hear that. I didn't celebrate the 4th of July because I don't celebrate this country. I'm not proud of it. I can love to live in America, but I can criticize it. And too many of you refuse to do that because you're nationalists. You don't love America. You don't love the red, white, and blue. You just love the white. You only want to hear about the good parts. You'll talk about the Second Amendment until you're blue in the face. You'll put the Second Amendment on condoms and flags and shirts and don't tread on me, freedom, 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 and you'll let kids die by the thousands. But you won't even talk about the 3/5 clause. Gee, I wonder why that is. Let me read you 5 or 6 of the titles of some of these. Pre-K through 12, learning warned of the danger of a single story in traveling of today that focuses on white people. Learning believes that white people have an empathy gap, preventing them from wanting to see stories that center black people. Oh my God, we sure like to talk about black people because that would take away from America's whiteness. Involvement in the Smithsonian's reckoning of our racial past. Oh God, we'd hate to talk about actual history. That'd be a damn shame. Implemented an anti-racist toolkit for staff to transform museums into anti-white institutions. Slander of Americans' founding fathers. Well, they're pieces of shit that own black people. So yeah, they were trash. Repeat claims that America rests on stolen land. In 2024, 77 million people voted for a white supremacist. You voted for a man that rapes women, that questioned the birth of Barack Obama, who was putting up images of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as fucking monkeys. The dude's a convicted felon. 24 women he sexually assaulted. January 6th. Didn't rent to black people. You see a trend? You see a trend? Charlie Kirk, that piece of shit, right? The roaming blacks. Justice Jackson must be an affirmative action hire. If the pilot's black, is he qualified? Harris is Black Hillary. If I go into a shopping mall and there's the transgender lesbian black person, how do I know she's qualified? You see a trend? How many white people in this country went to the voting booth and goes, I voted for legal immigration, legal immigration. Okay, great. Then why did you vote for the white man that rapes women and is a convicted felon, who commits tax fraud, who caused an insurrection, who defends child molesters? Why was that okay? It's almost like it wasn't about the price of eggs. Because now that the price of gas is $6, $7, $8, $10, what is it? Oh, it's patriotic now. Because America, look, I got flags. Yeah, ooh, flags. Look at me. I really love America because I got a flag, so I'm a dumbass. Ooh, look, I got 8 guns on my hip because I'm America. You don't love America. You've never loved America. You want to believe the lie of American greatness. And that's what this country has done. We live in the Truman Show, in the Matrix, and too many of you haven't woke up yet. We raise our kids in this nationalistic propaganda of bullshit. We're the best in the whole world. The aliens are jealous of us. The Martians, the ants, the antelopes, they all want to be in America. We're the best of the best of the best. We've never been the greatest country. We've told ourselves that. We lead the world in incarcerations, gun deaths, and military spending, and white supremacy. Wow, what a great country. This country sits by while 40,000 people die from gun violence, and you people that claim you love America voted for a rapist. You'll pass dozens of bills about transgenders, and you don't even want to talk about white supremacy, because that's what you really voted for. That's what this is, people. That's all this is. You're not going to vote your way out of this. I'm going to put this in the link. You're not going to vote your way out of this because this is what he ran on. They're eating the dogs and cats. They're coming from shithole countries. They're poisoning the blood of America. And on, and on, and on. This is who they are. Watch my video from today. I made it, Tuesday? Benny Johnson, that white supremacist. He said that the only contribution that black women made to this country was making babies for Thomas Jefferson. This is who they are. And it's up to white people to fix this. This is not a black person problem. This is 400 years of white people sitting around in their damn privilege, not doing a damn thing. And it's up to people like me to call this shit out, because this is straight up white supremacist fascist propaganda. This is no different than Benito Mussolini and El Papel de Italia. Y'all better wake up and pay attention, because white Christian nationalism is just white supremacy wrapped in a cross. That's all it is. These people don't believe in God or Jesus. They sure in the hell don't follow him. They weaponize it to push the white male patriarchy. That's why I do what I do. That's the only reason I started doing this. This is a cancer on our country. And every time the white majority is questioned, when they see white majority going away, when they see women or transgenders or Muslims or immigrants or Indians or Latinos in Congress, they're losing their minds because they're used to see these white trash MAGA are used to seeing, oh, look, straight white guys with big beer bellies that drink Bud Light and drive 4 trucks because he has 4,000 flags. They are breaking their minds right now, and they are being unplugged from the matrix because that's what this is. You know what woke is? It's saying that this country's never been great for everybody. That's called actual history, which you guys believe is bullshit. It's a lie. American exceptionalism is a lie. Y'all better wake up. This isn't going away until you address it. This is the remnants of the Confederacy. It is our fault as a country for not punishing them and locking their asses up. And we let them back in, and it regrew from the weed, and now they have red hats instead of white hoods. Have a good day.